Hello, welcome in. I am here today as Clover Thistlemore, and of course Rhubarb is here as well. You can't see her, but just know she is here for the occasion because it is time to put together a syllabus for the Magical Readathon. And if you don't know, the Magical Readathon is like a fantasy RPG themed readathon made by G over at Book Roast, and it is so fun. You get to create a character, and that character is going to the Magical Academy of Aurelium to study for whatever magical career they have chosen. And Clover, my character, is currently about to start the final year of her Feywild's cartographer classes, and she will officially be a Feywild cartographer out in the world. I'm so proud of her. So here is Clover's syllabus so far. As you can see, it's still mostly blank because in the spring semester, I love to do a randomized TBR through Storygraph. So that's what we're doing today. But I do already have a couple books on there. So her first class is Alchemy, and they're doing Alchemical Reiteration. And the challenge for that is a reread, which obviously isn't something that is going to randomly pop up on my Storygraph TBR. I thought it would be a great opportunity to do a reread of The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bador. This is an Alice in Wonderland retelling. It's kind of like sci-fi dystopian. I really loved it when I was in high school, and I've reread it a couple times since, and I always love it. And this year I am working on an Alice in Wonderland themed reading vlog, so this was on the to-do list anyway. And then the other book that I've already picked out is for Clover's astronomy class. She'll be studying the galactic outskirts by choosing a book from the top shelf, and G said this could either mean the top shelf of your physical bookshelf or like the top priority of your TBR. So I chose a book from my priority TBR list, and I decided to go with We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I have been really needing to get to some Shirley Jackson books soon because they are relevant for my PhD research. We're living our best academic life in the real world and at Aurelium. Anyways, I'm gonna get on to randomizing the rest of this TBR. So the next class on Clover's list is Animal Studies. She's studying Shadow Wolves, and the challenge for that is a book with wolves in the title or the cover, or even just in the content of the book. So we're on Storygraph, and you can see how it randomly generates 6 books from my to read pile. So we're just gonna refresh it, and the first book that I see with a wolf is gonna be what goes on the list. I feel like this might be harder than I think it will be. I know it says it can be in the content as well, but like I won't know if there's a wolf in the book until if I haven't read the book yet, you know? How to be a good creature. This certainly has a wolf. That looks okay. It might be a dog. Forest of Souls might have, it seems like the type of thing that would have a wolf in it. There's a Spider King, an ancient forest. I just don't know. Okay, it is not going well. The Sisters Grimm. That also seems like the kind of thing that would have a wolf, because Little Red Riding Hood. It's about 2 sisters who go to live with their grandmother and find out that they're descended from the brothers Grimm, who were actually detectives. And now they have to be fairy tale detectives themselves. Listen, I can't promise that there's gonna be a wolf in this book. I don't know yet, but wolves are such a big part of like fairy tale genealogy. Like when I look at this, I also think of fairy tale detectives in, wow, God, what was that graphic novel series? Fables? And the detective is the big bad wolf. I'm gonna say that content-wise, this counts as being related to wolves. So the Sisters Grimm will be Clover's animal studies assignment. All right, her next class is Demonology, and they're studying Common Demonic Dwellings, which is a book with a house on the cover. I really feel like this will be easy, but maybe I shouldn't speak too soon because I'm gonna curse myself. Okay, this is like a mansion. More than a house, but after a DNA test reveals that she's the sole heir of a wealthy noble family in the Italian Alps, she leaves New York to visit the family estate, Monte Bianco Castle, a centuries-old compound isolated in the mountains. But it soon turns into a nightmare as she begins to uncover the dark legacy of her family. There's an abandoned village, whispers of stolen children, and rumors of a legendary monster. So look, it might not be the kind of house that you and I are ever gonna live in, but a castle is a family home for these people, so it counts. The Ancestor will be her demonology book. Clover's next class is Elemental Studies, where they are learning about temperature controls, and that is a book with a temperature word in the title, like cold or hot or warm or whatever. And I am going to be kind of flexible with this as well because I just don't think there's that many. No. Burn? Could burn count as, I mean, I think, like I said, I'm gonna have to be a little flexible with it. And I've also been wanting to read Burn for Burn since like 2015. This is like an iconic OG booktube recommendation, and I wish I had read it in its heyday. But basically it's about these 3 girls who are plotting revenge. Oh my God, it's so much drama. Kat is sick and tired of being bullied by her former best friend. Lilia has always looked out for her little sister, so when she discovers that one of her guy friends has been secretly hooking up with her, She's going to put a stop to it. Mary is perpetually haunted by a traumatic event from years past, and the boy who's responsible has yet to get what's coming to him. None of the girls can act on their revenge fantasies alone, but together anything is possible. Listen, it sounds so good. I'm gonna do it. Clover's next class is Conjuration, which I did use a scroll of exchange for. She was supposed to take some other class that I didn't want to take. The challenge wasn't one that was really speaking to me, so I changed it out for Conjuration, where they're studying inspiration boosts, and the challenge is to just scroll on social media and pick the first enticing book that you see, which I think is going to be perfect for this. I'm just going to refresh, and the first time a book pops up that I feel really, really excited for, we're going to go for it. Okay, I'm not really feeling any of these at the moment. I mean, obviously I want to read all of them. They're on my TBR for a reason. But you know, there's a difference between something that's like, wow, I gotta read that right now. I'm tempted by the Riley Sager. Actually, I have a hate-hate relationship with Riley Sager, but it's in the way that I still really enjoy reading his books because it's like I love to hate them. If only I had gotten Virginia Woolf, and when the wolf comes home, when I needed a wolf book. Anyways. The Possession of Alba Diaz. I was so excited about this book when it was first coming out. I want to read it so bad. We're going with that. And Clover's final class this semester is Shapeshifting, and they're doing volume modification. And the challenge for this is to flip a coin to see if the book is under or over 400 pages, which I don't have a coin. So I'm gonna roll a dice, and if it is 1 through 10, I'll read a short book, and if it's 11 through 20, I'll read a long book. Okay. It's an 8, which is a short book. Thank goodness. Let's see what we get. The Lamb by Lucy Rose. Okay, The Lamb, 326 pages. All right, oh. I am looking at this and I am seeing so many Gothic tales. The Sisters Grimm, The Castle, The Ancestor, The Possession of Alba Diaz, and then The Lamb I think is also going to be kind of like, it's a sinister folktale, which is so along those lines. I can't tell if I love this or if it's gonna absolutely exhaust me. I've been very immersed in the Gothic literature for years now because I did my master's degree in it and my PhD. Now I'm also writing about Gothic stuff. Oh my God, what have I done to myself? You know, this is my legacy in life at this point. But I am excited, and I love randomizing this on Storygraph. I don't know, I feel like it's such a good way to actually get to books that are on my TBR and have usually been on my TBR for a while, but I always get so wrapped up with like the other things that I have to read. A lot of the books that I was really looking forward to fall by the wayside, and I think this is such a good way to like bring some of the forgotten gems back to the forefront, you know? I will also probably buy a scroll, I think it's the Scroll of Scholarly Power, so that Clover doesn't have a time limit to finish the syllabus, because I'm not gonna lie, my reading speed has gone so far down the last couple years. 8 books in a month is absolutely not happening for me. This might take me like 2 or 3 months probably, and that is okay. Clover is allowed to take the time that she needs, and so am I. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you are doing the Magical Readathon. What are you excited about on your syllabus? Or let me know what your character is doing, because I also know that last year a lot of people graduated. Like the first group of characters that started at the beginning should have been reaching their last class at that point. My Clover didn't, because she took a semester or 2. She changed her major for a year and did a wild form druid. You know, there's just so many interesting classes at the academy. It's hard to choose which one you want to do. But the people who stayed on track, their characters are graduated. So I would love to hear what you are doing with your character now, if you're choosing to send them to the like higher callings that you just released, or if you are sending them out into the world to do their careers and starting a new character. I would love to know. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope that I get to talk to you soon. Bye!